Welcome, Veritas family. Thank you so much for joining us at Give and Take Pass the Tassel edition, which is where we are chatting with the class of 2025. I'm Sherry Davis, and I am with the Office of Community Engagement. I'm here today with Alicia Leyh. Hi, Alicia.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We are glad to have you. We ask, Alicia, tell us where you are located and what ministry you're a part of.
I am from Northeast Ohio and I live in the Cuyahoga Falls, Akron area.
Okay.
The biggest city is Cleveland to us. And I am a member of Grand Road Baptist Church where I get to serve the Lord in various different children's ministries. And I am a Sunday school teacher. And yeah.
Okay, very good. And what age group do you like to work with the most?
Typically that first and second grade age, but also preschool. We have a foster ministry at my church, and I get to work with the preschoolers there. And so those are my two comfort ages.
Okay, very good. That sounds good. So just as a reminder, if you are watching live or in replay, tell us where you're watching from and let us know if you might know Alicia. If you're part of her church, you're part of her support team, whatever it is, if you know Alicia, let us know how you might know her. Alicia, we ask all our guests, what is your Veritas origin story? How did you come to be a part of the Veritas family?
I actually love sharing this story because it's so random how I came across where it is. So I had actually received a acceptance letter from another Christian school, and I was planning on going to that school, but unfortunately, and although looking back at it now, it's a great thing, but the Lord had closed that door for me. And so I kind of put college at a standstill, just started working and serving in my church, continuing on. And one day I was scrolling on Facebook and randomly an ad for Veritas popped up. I don't know if maybe a Facebook friend shared it or what it was, but it popped up on my Facebook feed.
Okay.
I kind of hopped on the website, looked it over, and I was like, well, this looks great. Sent it over to my mom. I was like, look at this. And she looked at it, and we were all on board. And so I filled out my application and started classes.
That's so exciting. I love to hear that because you never really know if those types of ads, do they work? Are they reaching the people that we want to reach? And so you are living proof that yes, those
Yeah.
ad dollars are getting put to good use.
Yes.
So we're glad to hear that. We've got Emily Baldwin on. She said family and church. Okay. Delaney's watching from Virginia. Thanks for popping in, Delaney. Alicia, tell us um, how Veritas has impacted your ministry there at your church.
So like I mentioned, I'm a part of several different children's ministries. I am a first and second grade Sunday school teacher. I get to work with the preschoolers through our foster ministry. I help in children's choir and children's church and in the nursery. And so just all of the different pots that I could have my hands in helping out with the children I get to do. And my classes through Veritas have been very helpful. With obviously like education wise, but then also ministry wise. I took a children's ministry class over the summer, and that was great. I got to do some of the more administration side of that through assignments, and that was super cool to be able to view it from that aspect
Sure.
and for that side of it. But then also to be able to apply education things that are meant for the classroom, but also get to take that and apply it in a church setting,
Mm.
and how I, go about managing a classroom and different things like that. It has been all very profitable and helpful.
Yeah, I love what I love about Veritas is that you get the training in your classes that you immediately put into practice. You know, sometimes when you go away to a college, away from your ministry, and you learn all your things, but you don't get back home for 3, 4 months. You know, you're not exactly plugged in necessarily to be able to use that right away. At Veritas, it's like I learned this week, and on Sunday I'm putting it into practice. So it's a lot of fun to watch that transformation, and a lot of times your leaders will see that. Your leaders will say, wow, she's really jumped in and taken ownership of this and gotten some really great strategies that we're able to implement in our ministries. And so in that way, I really am, it's exciting to watch the excitement of the students to take that back to their ministries. We talked a little bit before that you have taken a teaching position come in the fall. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I am really excited. I just actually accepted the offer letter yesterday. I went through the interviews and everything while I was student teaching, but I accepted a second grade teaching position at Heritage Christian School, which is affiliated with Cleveland Baptist Church.
Ah, that is so exciting. Congratulations.
I'm super excited about it. As soon as I got the interview and everything, I was talking to Mrs. Haney,
Mhm.
um, and was reaching out to her about my excitement. She was super excited,
Yes,
and um, and she just talked about how it can be really unusual to accept a teaching position right outside of student teaching, and even
right?
not like your student teaching. So I'm very thankful that the Lord orchestrated it the way He did.
Well, I know that that speaks highly of you as well. I mean, you were probably, they were able to interview you and see your heart and your passion for young people and for the ministry, and that's really exciting. So keep us posted about that journey. We're excited for you. Tell us what teacher might have inspired you, or maybe what aha moment that you had during your time here at Veritas.
So I have all of the teachers that I've worked alongside and have gotten to take classes with have been fabulous. There's not one complaint that I have. Honestly, everyone is communicates well and emails and is checking in and gives you responses on assignments and different things, even if it's like improvements or things that you did well. And I really appreciate that.
Good.
Really thrive off of that communication of,
Yeah.
what am I doing right or what do I need to do better? So I really appreciate that. One teacher that specifically sticks out to me though is Mrs. Teresa Haney.
Mm-hmm.
She has been a great source of encouragement for me throughout my because as a freshman, you're taking a lot of your gen eds, but then you also get some of those education courses in there. And so,
Right.
very from the get go, I had, Mrs. Haney from my freshman year all the way to senior year with student teaching. And so, she has played a huge part in being an encouragement to me and also, helping me um, when I've had issues come up or,
Yes, we love Teresa Haney, and she is such a advocate for her students. She really spends quality time intentionally communicating,
yeah,
intentionally letting them know that they are loved and valued and supported. And she counts it her great ministry. And we get to live vicariously through her excitement as she's telling us about the students who are graduating and are finishing, and they're excited about this. And I echo exactly what you say because we love Teresa Haney. So I'm thrilled to hear that.
yeah,
Um,
you can see the love that she has for her job and how she, uses that to help us. We had Zoom meetings with her every couple weeks during student teaching, and those were really important to me and really
yeah,
helpful. We got to, you could tell that she watched all of our stuff,
mhm,
read every single thing that we wrote,
right.
made comments on it, and then, brought us encouragement in those Zoom calls. And um, they were really encouraging. So I really appreciate her spirit and her love for the students and, teaching in general.
Yeah, I agree. And I think if you were to, this leads me into my next question. What advice do you give to the students who are coming behind you? Like let's say that there's a student who's in your position, rewind 4 or 5 years ago, who's like, can I do this? Can I do this online? Can I afford this? Tell me what you would encourage a student who might be teetering on the fence.
I feel like there's a lot of different things I could say. I will say that it's not as expensive as it seems once you're actually doing it. And even if you like compare it to other colleges, it is for the training that you get and for the experience, it is totally worth it. And it honestly feels like a steal sometimes when you look back at it. You're like, wow, I only paid that much. But just commit to it, give it a try, even if take one class, even if you don't end up liking it, because I'm a very hands-on learner, so I didn't know how online school was going to work for me.
Right.
But getting that physical copy of the book or even maybe printing out notes or taking physical notes, do what you can to make it your own and give it a shot. I mean, there's no harm in trying, even if it's
Right.
just one class, and see if you like it. And I can almost guarantee you that the Lord will bless it and that you will be encouraged through it. So,
And I would say that is great advice, and that's exactly what we would hope to hear. What I would also say is I think that you would have unique experience to speak into how you're cared for once they make the decision to start classes, the feeling that you get of being supported from your instructors, because I think that's sometimes a little bit of a scary part when you're talking about joining an online environment. Will I get attention from the instructor? What does that look like on the other end? And so maybe speak to that a little bit. Like, I think you mentioned that they were, very supportive and checked your
Yeah.
emails and were very communicative. But I think specifically, what would you say to somebody who's like, I just don't know, I would need a lot of attention?
And I could see that. But like as I mentioned, they are very communicative with
Yeah.
us. And another teacher that I could speak of was Mrs. Penny Edmonds. She
Hmm.
would always email me asking me about prayer requests or if there's anything. When I told her about a mission trip that I was taking, she was asking for specifics and asked me to send her photos from my trip. They take a real interest in your lives even though you don't see each other face to face, it's just through a screen. They really do care about you and they really do pray for you, and that is evident. And how they respond to you also, they are really good about looking at your assignments, getting back to you within that, week or so and giving you a response. And it's not just a, oh, that was great work, but, in-depth response of, oh, this is what you could have done better. This was great. You hit these good points. So they're really intentional about giving specifics. And that was something that I really enjoyed and something. So if you're concerned maybe about not necessarily getting attention or however you want to look at it, I think that might be a concern. But once you get into Veritas, you'll see that it was nothing. It's not, because they are really good about that.
Well, and I know that is great. That's exactly what we wanted to hear because we really emphasize the idea of intentional communication and intentional mentorship. And our faculty is excellent at that. They take that to heart. They love it. It's their passion. They love what they do, and it shows, and you can feel that. And when that happens, we could argue from an online environment that there is often more opportunity for interaction and connection because you have limitless opportunities to connect. You can connect through
Right.
Zoom, you can text, you can, we're oftentimes in a standard environment, you see your teacher for the lecture hour and then you don't see him again till the next week, and then whatever happens in between is whatever happens. But in an online environment, especially when we have encouraged this intentional interaction, it really creates some strong bonds. And some, I think you already talked about how you'll be connecting with some of these teachers even after you graduate. So that's really good advice, really good tips to those who might be on the fence. So if you're watching this and you're a friend of Alicia and you're watching her thinking, should I jump in? Can I, is it feasible? Can I do it? I think that she would say, yes, do
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Good, good, good. Well, I am thrilled to chat with you. It's so great to meet you. Now, you are attending the ceremony on May 1st, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we will see you here in Fredericksburg. If you are watching this and you want more information about our graduation ceremony, which is open to everyone, drop graduation in the comments and we'll get you the link. If you're interested in some of our programs, Alicia's in our education program. Your specialization is elementary, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So we also offer secondary education, special education, master's level, doctoral level, anything that you need, we've got it. We have some information for you. So if you want to drop that in the comments, we'll get you the link to the specific questions that you have. Alicia, thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the time to get to chat, and it's been nice to get to talk to you as someone who has been a part of Veritas for so long. And
Yes, yes, I am thrilled. We talked before, prior to this. This is my 23rd year and my 23rd graduation. So we are excited for everybody to start showing up. We're just really excited for everybody. Okay, well, thanks so much. And we will talk next time. You and I will talk at graduation in just a few weeks, 2 weeks from today, in fact.
yes.
Everyone else, we will talk next time. Thanks so much for joining us.